Hello students, I am Sophia, your science teacher. Today we are going to continue the topic changes around us. In the last session we have discussed about different types of changes. We have discussed about natural and artificial changes. What is the difference between natural and artificial changes? In natural changes, it takes place by nature. No human invention is required. But whereas in man-made or artificial changes, human invention is required. We have to interpret in that change. Example of that, biggest I can say, that is what change of milk to curd. When we observe, here we have to add sample of curd to the milk. We are completely involved in making that change. How? In conversion of milk to curd, we are completely involved. So that is an example of artificial and man-made changes. So we have seen that, and I said about permanent and temporary changes. If we can get back the primary material, then it is a temporary change. For example, ice to water and water to ice. If we have ice pieces, keep it out from the refrigerator. After some time, you will observe that the ice will be changing into water. Again, if you cool the water, water will change into ice. That is what here we can get back the water again and again. That is what it is an example of temporary change. But whereas milk to curd, it is a permanent change, because once milk is converted into curd, we can't get back the milk. And we have also seen that there will be a indicator and a cause of change. By seeing that indicator, we can decide whether a change has taken place or not. And the cause, what is the cause for that change? So let us see, we have also discussed about change in season. So why the seasons will change? We have seen the differences between the duration of day and night in May and December. We know that May is a complete summer season, and whereas December is a month of winter season. So in these 2 months we can find a huge difference. There is a difference in the duration of night and day. So why the change has been taken place? And here that is because of the direction of the sun. One more indicator we are going to find out, that is what the shadow of any object in the month of May and in the month of December will be different. Why it is different? That is because of direction of sun will be slightly changing according to the season. So let us find out the direction of sun. In which direction sun rises? We know that from childhood we are learning sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Now let us find out whether exactly sun rises in the east in every season or not. So in the lesson playing with magnets, we know that we use magnetic compass. Magnetic compass is used to know the directions. So here also we are going to find out the direction of sunrise. That means we need to use a magnetic compass. So we know magnetic compass is a device which has directions which are given here. So here east, west, north, south. North side it will be dark colored. Okay, this pin will be dark colored. Middle will be dark colored. So whereas this is the south side, and here is east and west. These are the directions. Now here, as we know, you have to keep this magnetic compass and mark on the paper the direction, exactly where the east is. You have to find out and mark it. And we have to do this activity at least 4 times in the winter season and 4 times in the summer season to get the correct observation. For example, I have taken 2 papers and I have marked these positions on the paper. Now I have to start this activity. What I said, first 4 times you have to do in the winter season and next 4 times you have to do in the summer season. So first I am going to do it in the winter season. For example, that is in the December. So you will have to observe it. You will observe this is exactly east, right? This is exactly east. But the sunrise will be slightly towards the south, not more but slightly towards the south. This is what we got as observation after doing the activity for 4 times. Then in the summer season, that is in the month of May, this is exactly east, right? So you'll observe that the sun will be exactly in the east, but it is little slightly moving towards the north, slightly moving towards the north. Slightly moving towards the north. In winter season it is rising in here, but it is little extended towards the south. In the May it is rising exactly in the east, but little extended towards the north. That means sunrise exactly does not take place in the east, it is little towards the south or towards the north according to the seasons. So based on this we can say that shadows of the person will also be changing. For example, if you want to know, you can stand in your door where sunrise can be entering, and same again you have to find out, or you have to do this activity in the month of December or the May. For example, if it is in the December, you are standing, so you have to observe the shape of your shadow. If you will observe that the shape of your shadow will be long and it is tilted towards the south. That is because the sunrise is from there. And here you will observe that the shadow is shorter and it is exactly behind you. That is because the sunrise is exactly near the east, not more away than the east. It is near. It is just slightly extended towards the north. So there is a difference. So we can say by this activity we can say that sun does not rise exactly in the east in some of the days of winter and some of the days of summer. So as we have discussed 2 different changes. One is what? Artificial change, that is conversion of milk to curd, and the natural change is, that is change in seasons. So in both this we know that change has taken place. So we know some of the indicators. So first example is conversion of milk to curd. In that you can observe the indicators are taste of the milk curd. We have compared the taste of curd and the milk. So taste, state, smell, color, these are the indicators, and by that by using that indicators we can identify that change has taken place. So why change has taken place? Because we have added the curd sample into the water, into the milk, so milk has converted into curd. So we got the indicator. Indicator is what? Change in size, change in state, color, smell, etc. in this activity. And what is the cause? Because we have added sample of curd to it. Sample of curd is added to milk. So by seeing these indicators and cause, we can say that change has taken place. In the same way, second, that is natural change in seasons. So how can we identify the indicators? Indicators are the warmness in the air. In summer season, if it is winter to summer, then what happens here? Suddenly there will be change in the temperature. There will be, the air will become hot, warm, and there will be change in the dressing, right? Will directly switch from woolen clothes to cotton clothes. So these are all the indicators. And what is the cause of change in the seasons? That is the direction of the sun. As there is a change in the direction of the sun, change of seasons will take place. So that means for every change there are the indicators and there will be a cause. This was about indicator and cause, and as I said, there are temporary changes and permanent changes. And in the same way, now let us compare these 2 changes. So if you see, change in seasons is temporary, whereas change in milk to curd is permanent. Because in seasons, once winter is gone, we will get the summer, again rainy, again winter. We can get back the seasons again and again. But once the milk is converted into curd, we can't get back the milk. So change of seasons is a temporary change, whereas the change of milk to curd is a permanent change. So in this way we can identify to know whether its change is temporary or permanent. Always there will be comparison. Without comparison we cannot say what kind of change it is. If example I am saying change of seasons and change of milk to curd. So based on that you can decide whether the change is permanent or temporary. Example, if I am saying you if I am asking you whether the change of season is temporary or permanent, and without any indicators or causes we cannot say. In the same way, next one is artificial and man-made. Also we have discussed some man-made change in which the human being is involved. Intervention or interpretation of us is important in man-made changes. For example, change switch on bulb. So So there also we are involved. So that is also an example of artificial change. Blooming of flowers, there we are not involved. So that is an example of natural change. Now compare the bulb and the switch on of bulb and blooming of flower. Fast and slow. Now you say which one is fast and which one is slow. Obviously the blooming of blooming of flower will be slow comparing to the switch on of bulb. Switching on bulb or switching off the bulb. Now compare the blooming of bird with the change in seasons. Which one will be slow? Change of seasons is slow, whereas the blooming of flower is the fast change. In the same way, conversion of milk and changes of season. Which one is fast? Conversion of milk to curd. And which one is slow? Change of seasons. Because, see, let us take two examples and I will explain you clearly how many kinds of changes will be and what are those. I am going to take two changes and we are going to compare it in different ways. So the first change which we have seen is milk to curd. Let us take this only first. Milk to curd, and the other one is change of seasons. Are changes in seasons. So first one, which one is artificial and which one is natural change? So if you see, artificial change is milk to curd, whereas this change in seasons is natural. Okay, artificial and natural change. And in the same way, which one is fast? By comparing these two, can you say which one is fast? Obviously milk to curd is fast because, and change in seasons is slow because milk to curd will take only 8 hours. To convert milk into curd, it will take only 8 hours. But whereas in change in seasons, it will take 4 months. So obviously milk to curd is a fast change. Which one is permanent and temporary? This is the permanent change because we can't get back the milk. But whereas change in seasons is the temporary, that is because we can get back the milk. That means the change can be artificial, fast and permanent, and a change can be natural, slow and temporary change. And again we can't say whether it is slow or fast if we got one other example. For example, if I am taking change in a year, changes in a year. Okay, so here again you see which one is slow and fast. Now you compare these two. Both are natural changes, right? And both are temporary only. But you see whether which one is fast and which one is slow. This one is fast compared to this one because it will take only 4 months to change the season. But whereas it will take complete 365 days to change in a year. So here it will become fast and it will become slow. That means there will be always a comparison. Based on that comparison we can decide whether a change is slow or fast, permanent or temporary. So let us have some examples and let us try to find out whether it is a permanent change, temporary, slow or fast change. Rustering of iron is a permanent, natural and slow change comparing to blooming of bird. Blooming of conversion of bird to flower. You can observe it is a natural change. It is fast comparing to rustering of iron and it is a permanent change. Once we get the flower, we can't get back the bulb. In the same way, switch on bulb is in on and off position. So switching on bulb is temporary or permanent change. It is temporary change. If you on the switch, the bulb will be glowing. If you off the switch, bulb will stop glowing. That is what it is, a temporary change. And it is a man-made change because we are involved. We are able to, if we are able to on and off, then only that bulb will glow. In the same way, it is fast change comparing to the conversion or rustering of iron. Okay. So in this way, we can find out some of the changes which are given in the textbook and it will be very much helpful for you. And we have discussed in this chapter, we have discussed about different types of changes, indicators and the cause of changes. And regarding more information are the studies, more detailed studies you will be having in the higher sections. Students, your worksheet or your homework is write indicators of change and causes of change. What are the changes here? I have given 4 changes. Then you have to write the indicator of this change and cause of this change. Change of ice into water, melting of ice cream, growth in plants, boiling an egg in water. So what are the indicators, how you can find out that change has taken place and why this change has taken place, that you have to write. How you can find out change has taken place? By using the indicators. In the same way, why change has taken place? That is, there is a cause. What is the cause behind this? That you have to write. So I hope everyone is listening to the videos perfectly and writing the exams well. So you will be having examination again based on this chapter. So go through it thoroughly and properly. Thank you.